As long as we keep winning them, I guess it's something we can tolerate. I'm personally not a huge fan of it, but they've been fun, and it's been great to see some of the creativity our guys have shown on the offensive end.
What did you see from your team in front of you?
I thought we played extremely well tonight, especially in the first period. We came out with a lot of jump, and we did a good job putting a lot of pressure on them, and I think we did a good job sustaining that through the rest of the game.
Not a lot of shots faced in the first period, obviously quite a bit after that. Are you a goalie that prefers the action, or?
Definitely. I think every goalie kind of likes to get a lot of shots. It helps kind of keep you in the rhythm of the game, and unfortunately I kind of had to stand around a little bit in the first period, but that's just a testament to how well the guys played in front of me.
How important are these games? Obviously you're pushing for the playoffs here, and even just getting like 1 point for an overtime how important is that for the team?
Points this time of year are huge. It doesn't matter how you get them or what form. At the end of the day, we're just trying to get 2 points, and hopefully they add up to something good for us.
Do you think this team has what it takes for a deep Calder Cup run this year?
Definitely. We have a ton of skill on our team. We have a great, solid defensive core, and I think as long as we stick to our game plan and execute, we can definitely go for a long run.
What do you think was the biggest difference between that first period where, like you said, you dominated, but they kind of had that pushback there in the second?
I think a lot of it is, maybe they just got their legs under them. I know they had a long travel day yesterday, and sometimes when you have a big period like that, you almost take your foot off the gas a little bit. But I think our guys did a great job responding, especially after we killed the penalty off in the second period. We did a really good job jumping back at them.
Personally, where's your confidence level at this point? Having not played very many games in the beginning of the season, now you're playing quite a bit.
I definitely feel great in my game. I'm very comfortable with my positioning and how I'm managing the net. And at the same time, I have a ton of confidence in the guys playing in front of me. They're doing a great job. Like tonight, they did extremely well, just letting me see pucks and doing a good job cleaning up the rebounds.
What do you think was the turning point in the momentum to go for San Jose? Was it that power play they had early in the second period, or did you notice kind of a shift after that?
Honestly, I think they just came out with a little more jump after the intermission. With a period like that, I'm sure they got screamed at, and that can really light a fire under a team. And I think the important thing for us is we weathered the storm and responded well after the fact.
I think they elevated their game a little bit. They might have been a bit fatigued from travel, and then kind of got the travel legs out. We might have slowed our game down a little bit, sunk it because we're having so much success, and went away from doing the kind of the hard things that were giving us that success. So it was a bit of a wake-up call after the second that it was still a tie game.
Walk us through that goal you had. It's probably one of the biggest open nets you've seen.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, I'm glad I hit that. It was I think sustained ozone pressure by the line before us, and then we talked about trying to change with possession when we're playing offense, and Esposito, pretty unselfish play to change like that. So I kind of was able to get lost coming off the bench, and Billy and Soupy ran a little interchange up top, and I was able to just kind of sneak down the backside. Soup did a really good job of selling that shot and then sending it over, and I just had to put it in an open net.
Is there some pressure that you guys feel you got to get these points in standings, or is it just take it game by game and not worry about that too much?
Yeah, I mean we want to keep pace. It seems like in our division, everybody's winning, so we're trying to hold serve really, and in these games we're just trying to climb a little bit up if we can, and if not, just not get jumped. So there's not a whole much added pressure. It's just kind of it's that time of year. The pressure's already there.
Talk a little bit about obviously some guys get called up throughout the season. How's the adjustment been? Like obviously Hickett gets called up. Do you sense any chemistry changes going on as new players step in?
We haven't changed our lines or our D pairings a whole lot this year, but it's kind of the nature of this league that guys get called up and you have to adapt and change on the fly. So I think guys have done a pretty good job with doing that, just that, adapting and kind of figuring out how to play with each other. And Hicks is plays a lot of minutes for us, but Billy's come in and done a really nice job, and he was kind of the outside looking in, and now he gets his shot. So that's the nature of the business here, is that guys get called up or guys get hurt. There needs to be someone right there ready to step in and take on whatever work they were doing.
Are you getting sick of these shootouts yet?
Not when you win them. You know, you get sick of them when you lose. But you know what? I thought tonight's game was a good game. A good game for a hockey team. I thought we had a really good start. I think we did a really good job in the first period of keeping pucks down low and managing the puck. I think in the second period, San Jose started to get their legs a bit, and from there it was pretty evenly matched the rest of the game. But you know, in the first period, I thought their goalie made some big saves because it could have been the game could have been out of hand if it wasn't for the goalie. Just because we had so many good chances, and it could easily have been 4-0.
With Hickett's gone, obviously now you're forced to run 6D. Is there a game plan to play 7D with Sulak up now, or is that...
Depends on personnel. If we get some guys injured and we feel that we're stronger with 7 defensemen, then we'll do that. It's just a matter of how our personnel is. Sulak's not even skating yet. He's going to start skating Monday, so it's going to be maybe another week to 10 days before he has a chance to play.
Did you sense any tension on the bench? Obviously, I think 19 shots in the first period, had a lot of great scoring chances, but nothing to show for it. Were the guys getting frustrated at all with nothing paying off?
No, you know what? We've been down this road before, and the guys were business as usual. You know, we've had some success lately going into overtime, so the guys didn't panic. It was just a situation where we were trying to get that next one, and we played so many overtime games lately that the guys feel comfortable playing 3-on-3.
With this push for the playoffs, do these games have that playoff atmosphere of you need to win these games in order to get the points needed?
Well, I think there's a sense of urgency with our group in here that we have to keep on winning games and until our team clinches. Right now we're scoreboard watching to see what other teams are doing below us, and so we can do ourselves a favor and take care of our own business. Things will work out.
Do you think this team has what it takes for another deep playoff run? Obviously, some of the players are up in Detroit right now, but from what you've seen overall,
I think so. I think we have a different team than last year. We have to win different ways. We have, as you mentioned, Matt Larito's out. We got some guys called up, but every team goes through that. But I think that with the guys we have and the guys that get sent back to us, if we can stay healthy, we'll have a pretty good chance.
Have you had a chance to see the last any last 2 games where Hickett's played up in Detroit with getting 3 points in 2 games?
Yeah, I watched. I didn't watch the whole game, but bits and pieces of the game, and he's getting a great opportunity up there, and it's up for him to showcase what he's able to do. So it'll put him in a good spot for training camp next year.
Is that indicative of how we played Grand Rapids so far this year? Just his work ethic and going out there?
Yeah, I think he hasn't changed his style at all. I think he's playing maybe a bit safer. When he gets more confident, he'll start doing a few more things. But with Joey, when he tries to overdo things, that's where he gets in trouble. So if he keeps it simple up there and works hard and plays his game, he'll be fine.
What can a guy like Luka Esposito bring to the team? I know last year in training camp he showed he had a lot of skill and good skating, and what have you seen from him so far?
I think he's drastically improved since the start of the year. I think his time at Toledo served him well. But what he brings to our team, he adds some speed to our lineup. He's a smart player that has some skill that can make plays. So we didn't see too much of that at the start of the year, but I think going to Toledo gave him confidence, and now he's brought that confidence here, and he's filling a void that we need at center, and he's doing a great job.
And talk about a little bit about Philip Veronik, obviously at the same time learning a language and performing at a high level here with putting up points. Let's talk about the time and work ethic he's put into making a career here.
Yeah, he's worked hard all year. He's always a guy in practice, stays out late and wants to work on his game. But I think just through playing games, he got more confident as he went along, and he's having a great rookie season. And he's put himself in a good position to maybe get an opportunity next year with Detroit. So we'll see what happens.
What have you seen from Tommy confidence-wise since he's taken over since Carroll?
Oh, he's been solid. He's given us a chance to win every night, and he's been through this before. Last year he had to get Charlotte into the playoffs. I think there was a 12-1 stretch that he played every game. and he won 12 out of 13. So he's been through this before. He knows what the stakes are, and right now he feels comfortable in the net and looks calm.
You said this team's different from last year's team. What is it about this team that's different?
We're built differently. We don't have as much offensive firepower, but our special teams are still good. That's a similarity. But just based on our personnel, we don't have, maybe some pieces up the middle that were really deep last year. But the guys that are filling that role are doing a great job. It's just one of those things where your team changes every year, and you plug in some guys to fulfill the roles of the guys from last year, and sometimes it's just different.
You said shootouts are fun when we're winning them, but we lost quite a few.
Yeah.
So have we been practicing shootouts more, or have you found the right line?
No, I think the coach is just putting the right players out there. So, because at the start of the year, we're throwing out certain guys and we just weren't scoring. But now, I have an idea of who feels confident in the shootout, and it's like that every year. The team's different, and you got to figure out. Nobody told me that Luke Esposito had that move that he scored tonight. I think it was a nice move. But we practice it once in a while in practice, but not as of late. I think it's just putting the right guys out there and having some luck as well.
And what about Roenick? Was there something you saw in practice that made you want to put him out there?
Well,
2 games in a row now?
We scored last year in a shootout when he came up and filled in some games. He's probably shot pretty much every shootout with the exception of maybe 1 or 2.